What is going on YouTube? Jay here from MJ Tech today with another portable AC unit that I got from the company Enjoy Cool. They reached out to me and said, hey Jay, you want to go ahead and try our new unit that we have currently available at Indiegogo. This unit goes for $699. That's without the battery, and if you do get it with the battery, it is $1,099, so $1,099. Now this unit here has very impressive specifications for the size, but first let's jump into the unboxing and then I'll give you guys the technical specifications. Well, this is what we get inside of the box. We have just a few vents, the manuals, and it comes with the remote as well. And it is always recommended to read them, especially with this fragile unit. So on here we have some mounts. This is for the front side so that we can angle the AC to whatever position you want. We have also here, I'm going to set this on the bottom for now. This is the two vents. One is the exhaust, one is the intake, and inside of these tubes we have the drain hose as well. So that's very cool. Then we get another mount here. This is for the back side. As I mentioned, this is where you will connect the hose, the vent, or the vents here for the intake and the exhaust. This is the power adapter. This is a 24 volt, 10 amp, 240 watt AC adapter. And then we have the power cord as well. And finally here, we get what we are looking for, which is the AC unit. Check that out, guys. This is about 6.3 kilos in weight, and that's quite light for a portable AC. Keep in mind that we don't have the battery on here, but this thing looks fantastic. Now that we know everything that comes inside of the box, this unit is rated at 2,380 BTUs, so that's only 80 BTUs more than the Zero Breeze that I unboxed and reviewed about 3 years ago. So this is definitely more like a personal type of air conditioner, which is also great for tents and maybe small trailers, but it's not going to cool a big room. That's the only disappointment about it. But it does work, and that's something that we're going to be testing here in just a second. It weighs about 6.3 kilos. The noise is rated at 46 decibels. It has an air circulation of 140 cubic meters per hour. So again, for small spaces. The battery is available, and if you do get it with the battery, it does last up to 5 hours at maximum capacity. But if you have it on sleep mode, it can last up to 12 hours. Like I said before, it is available at Indiegogo for $6.99, or you can get it with the battery for $10.99. And inside of this unit, we have something very cool, which is the compressor, obviously, but it is made by Panasonic, so things are going to be a little bit more reliable than a lot of these small portable air conditioners, or comparing it to other brands. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and see how it functions and how to get it set up. And then we're going to go into testing. So one of the first things that you guys can notice is that back here we have a battery pack. You guys won't believe that I was able to power this unit with this battery pack, and it lasted about 3.5 hours after doing a park test. I was venting my baby, in which she approves of this AC, as you guys can observe from her smile. And yes, that little battery pack again was able to give me 3.5 hours. That was quite impressive. So right now it is currently on, and it is telling us that the voltage is 115 and that the wattage right now is 004. So let's go ahead and connect it here on the back side like so. And now you guys can hear that the unit came on. Also, there's a green light here for the adapter that will let you know once you are getting power. On the rear, you're gonna have a couple of things to set up. Now, some of these things are only if you have it inside of a tent or a trailer. It is recommended that you guys install the exhaust and also the intake. So you're gonna find the accessories as I showed you guys before. For the backside, we have this mount that is needed in order to achieve this. So again, you simply connect the tubes here counterclockwise, and you have two of them which are the same size, and then one is the smaller one, and then the other smaller one is for the front. So once you have them like this, all you have to do is just plug them in here on the back side and you are all set to go. Again, both of them are going to be pointing towards the outside of that tent or trailer, whichever you are using, and this is how this part works. The next thing that you have to do here is install the drain hose. For this, you simply grab the part that has the rubber piece here, the black rubber piece, and that gets connected here on the back side of the unit on the lower left hand side corner, and you are all set. Again, point it towards the outside. In my case, when I used it inside of the tent was elevated too much to where it didn't allow for me to put the drain hose outside, and we're going to be talking about that here in just a second. But yes, this is how you set it up here on the rear. And of course, we already know how to connect here the power cord or the power adapter, and that's pretty much it for the rear side. For the front side, we have this piece that gets connected here on the front side. As you guys can observe, it actually goes on like this, and it only goes one way, so there's no right or wrong. Okay, like so. And now all we have to do here on the front is simply connect this pipe, and you can move this pipe to whatever direction you want the cool air to point. So this is more for when you are outside, let's say doing a barbecue, or you simply just want to have it pointing directly towards you. Even if you have it inside of a tent or a trailer, then this is how you would do it. Very cool. This is also available on other portable air conditioners, like Zero Breeze has it. And yes, that's how we set up the front side. And now let's talk about the buttons. The buttons available on Enjoy Cool are the following. We have the power key, sleep, fan, cool, strong, and then the plus and minus. We also got the same buttons here on the remote itself to turn it on. It is just self-explanatory. Click on the power key, and now we have it in cooling mode. This is the default setting that goes into once you turn it on, and the temperature up here is in Celsius. So the lowest that we can set it up to is 16 degrees Celsius, and we have different modes on here. Sleep mode is where the compressor is not working too hard, and this is going to save a lot of battery if you guys are doing it directly with the battery. But if you have it turned on, then you don't really have to use this, but if you do, it'll give you about 12 hours of battery life, which is really nice. And I believe that you can still set it up to 16 degrees Celsius, and it'll automatically shut down after a certain time. Again, very cool feature. Then we have fan mode. Now fan is self-explanatory, is to where you're not using the compressor. You simply have it just basically spitting normal ambient air directly to you. And you can use this feature to, let's say if you have a construction site going on and you need to dry certain parts of that construction that you're doing, then you can use just the fan mode and it works fantastic. We have 3 different speeds. Right here we have we have F3. That's the maximum speed. Then it goes down to F1 and F2. Very cool. The next option we have is cool. This one is with the compressor, and I can feel it already getting cooler by the second. And here you can set it up again, the lowest to 16 degrees Celsius, and it continues to go down. After a few seconds, you start to feel that nice cool air, guys. The next option we have is strong. Now strong, this is for the maximum blowing capacity that it has, but it won't let you set it lower than 23 degrees Celsius. So that's the only downside of what they call strong feature. Okay, and then here if you go into cool, the maximum that we can set it up to fan wise is up to f2. And that's quite impressive. You guys can see it here from this demo that I did outside or outdoors. And this portable AC unit works and it's actually quite cool. Alright guys, so with this being said, now what I'm going to do is go ahead and jump to the tent. We're going to test it inside of a tent and I'll give you guys some more information about this unit and then we're going to wrap it up. Alrighty guys, so this is a quick simulation that I am doing here for you guys inside of a tent that I purchased from Amazon for about 40 bucks. This one here can fit 2 grown adults and this is how the AC unit looks inside. I have to admit that it is quite big depending on the size of your tent. I would recommend this for bigger size tents so that way you have more space here to move around. A quick possibility is that you can put it sideways and then have the intake and the exhaust pointing towards the outside by bending them a little bit. That's a possibility. Something I couldn't do was install the drain hose because of the fact that this is a little bit too high here and I wasn't able to, but everything else here is working great. I have this AC unit to the maximum capacity, which is 16 degrees Celsius. That's the lowest that it gets to, and I have it on cool mode. Now on cool mode the fan only goes to number 2 out of the 3 speeds that I mentioned earlier. And it is currently cooling here. As you guys can see, it says about it keeps dropping. The lowest that I got it to was about 58 degrees, and this is the surface temperature inside of the tent. Let's measure here. There we go. So that's the surface temperature, and this is what is cooling right now. So that's quite awesome. This little battery pack is what I'm using instead of that battery pack that comes for this unit. This one here has given me already about 2 hours of usage and it has only depleted about 2 bars. I'm assuming we can maybe get about 4 hours and a half. That's quite impressive for this little power bank. But if you guys buy something even bigger, you can probably get even more time out of it. So now all we really have to do after installing here, again, the exhaust and the intake, is now close it up, and that way you preserve that nice cold AC on the inside of the unit. And boom guys, check this out. This thing is super cool. This is right now the inside temperature of this tent. I am pretty sure that it'll probably get a little lower than this, but keep in mind that there's a lot of AC here escaping from pretty much every angle. So this is mainly for yourself so that you can have it as a personal fan that happens to cool like a car vent. Well guys, that is it for today's unboxing and review of this portable air conditioner from Enjoy Cool. Do I think it works? Do I think it's awesome? Absolutely. We already tested this in many different ways, and again I was able to get enough power from this battery bank pack or whatever you call it that I have here in the background, and overall I am satisfied. Is it for everybody? Absolutely not. This is more for those people who like to be outdoors but hate the heat. Well, this is your solution right here. Keep in mind that it is $6.99 at Indiegogo, and with the battery it is $10.99, and we'll take advantage of this deal guys. It might disappear soon. With this being said, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more, comment and share, and click on the bell icon so that you don't miss future videos like this. And I'll see you on my next one.